then someone else got like beat pretty bad.
Who else? Well, the Rams got beat fucking bad.
But the Patriots played.
Oh, the Jets, but
Yeah, because I picked because the Jets were actually the underdog. So, and I thought they were gonna win, so I picked them to lose, like not lose by like 7.5, and they ended up getting blown out by like 20.
no, they only lost 21-17 or something. 22-17. Yeah.
So maybe I just picked them to win. By
So
like,
we live in this bitch.
when the microwave win.
Oh, that's my bad.
I send you that video where that guy's like trying, like he's like, I'm gonna do a mascot for each NFL team I get. And you got the Packers. He's like, man, what am I gonna make for the Packers? He's put like a cheese head on. He's I look like Sauce Gardner.
I was about to say, you just make sauce go. All right, fellas, we live in this. We out here and we getting it. We doing the best. It's just me and Christian today, but Christian missed last week, so kind of just a flip flop. So
we
we
might
gonna-
watch history as maybe the crap Texans beat the Eagles for the first time this year. I doubt it because it's looking bad now, but
Yeah. I mean, that red zone defense right there.
they do. They were just talking about they have the best go to goal.
I'm not gonna lie, those Texans uniforms are kind of nice.
Yeah,
That red
just the
helmet,
helmet by itself
yeah.
didn't look that great, but together it's
But
pretty.
yeah,
nice.
that red helmet is.
The red on red is pretty.
It makes it look so clean, and I hate the Texans. But we'll get. Oh well, is that Miles Sanders?
That's a second one tonight, I think.
No, it's Gainwell. What happened to Boston Scott? That's my question.
So I traded off Curtis Samuel for Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
you gave up Curtis Samuel?
Because I have Chris Olave, DeAndre Hopkins, and Devontae Adams. So it's like my receivers are good.
Yeah,
But
Devin
my
pulled,
running backs would be trash.
Devin pulled an ultimate fleece on me. While I was in the hospital on like 6 hours of sleep after 4 days, he called me and he was like, "Yeah, I'm about to be stuck in a pickle and this week and yada yada." And he was like, "Since your trade, I didn't really even pay attention. I just accepted it." Christian McCaffrey and Damon Harris was who he gave up. And I gave up Kenneth Walker and Davian Pierce.
But Christian McCaffrey went off
Yeah, this last week, but like
for the week before that.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
like
now you're pretty good now.
no, because Damian Harris doesn't even play. He gets like 7 carries.
Who's your other running back?
I have my running backs this week.
I was gonna say Kamara and McCaffrey.
My running backs this week, I demolished the person I played. Demolished. But like, I need other running backs too, and I don't have them, and I can't. I'm trying to trade for some, but nobody's accepted my trades. I even have like Curtis Samuel and Garrett Wilson that I can trade as receivers because I have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Justin Jefferson, and Jamar Chase.
Goddamn.
And
Well, Jamar Chase.
now, but
He'll be back by like week 14 probably.
maybe even sooner because he's only out like 4 weeks.
Yeah, but it's already like week 8, week 9.
That's true. All right, so last week, week 8, we had the Raiders versus Saints. Me, Jordan, and Wyatt all picked the Raiders, and they laid a goose egg, 24-0. I'll let you go on this one because
I mean, I thought we had a chance to win, but I did not expect us to do that. If we could play like that the rest of the year, I'll be so happy. But
if Alvin Kamara can play like that the rest of the
and
year.
our defense, but our defense
Yeah.
has been sucking lately. So hopefully they got their shit together. They were saying we were going to trade Kamara, which I was like, that's stupid. But then especially when you put up a game like that, I was like so scared all Tuesday. I was like, man, if they trade Kamara, but
How mad would you
it-
have been if the Rams were the ones that traded for Kamara?
I'd be really pissed.
Because you guys have that beef from
Yeah.
a few years back. All right, next up we had the Eagles. They played. I didn't write it down. Who the fuck did
They played the Steelers.
they play? Yeah, they beat the Steelers. The Steelers had
Battle
like
of
10
PA.
points. What was it, 27-10 or something like that? Probably got that wrong, but oh well. The Eagles are the Eagles. The Eagles are going to keep winning. The Eagles have a really easy schedule too. Like the end of their year schedule, I think they play like the Titans and the Cowboys, and those are like the only two winning teams.
The Giants.
Oh, the Giants, yeah, they have them. Did they have them twice? Yeah, they have them twice too.
Yeah,
But
I don't think they
I don't think the Giants can keep up with the Eagles just because the Eagles' star power. Because the teams the Giants are beating don't have a lot of stars, and I mean, look what the Seahawks did to them. But I don't know.
They're already play again.
Yeah, bro. These like rival division games have been game by game.
Yeah.
Titans played the Colts. Had a bye, played the Colts.
The Rams and 49ers have already played both their games
Yeah.
too. That's crazy.
I think the Colts are done with their division games.
Damn, that'd be wild.
They might
Yeah,
play
they
the
usually save
Texans.
like one for the
Yeah.
last game of the year, just in case it's like for the division.
That's true. All right, moving on. Titans beat the Texans.
They hung in there for a bit, but you guys kind of started running away with it.
My thing is, the Titans beat the Texans and threw for 55 yards.
That is.
Derrick
Yeah.
Henry is that dude.
He always. It's like he's pretty good every week, but then it's like when he sees the Texans on the schedule, he's like, it's
Well,
game time, bro.
He has, so he joined an elite few. There's 3 running backs that have 6 200-yard games plus 2 touchdowns, like total in their career. And 4 of his are against the Texans.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so Derrick Henry is on pace to be the greatest of all time. I think he needs like 10,800 yards to break Emmitt Smith's record, which, sure, that's like 7.
That's like a whole career.
6. Yeah, but that's like 6 more years.
If
If
he
he can-
keeps up this pace.
If he can stay getting consistently between 1,200 and 1,700 yards a season, which he could,
Yeah, but do you think he's gonna play for that much longer? 6 more years?
why would he stop? He's only 28 years old.
Because he's a power back. He's blasting all the time. You can't do that forever.
That's true.
Emmitt Smith was elusive and had one of the best lines ever. He wasn't just plowing guys.
That's true. All right, next up.
It's hard for me to even give Emmitt Smith credit for that record because he played so long. Like, what running back plays 20 years?
Frank Gore.
I mean, even he's not even there.
He's third, isn't he?
I think he is third.
Yeah. Which is crazy. All right, next up, Rams got shit on by the 49ers, like 31-14. The 49ers just have the Rams number,
49ers are pretty good.
especially with Christian McCaffrey now.
Yeah, and that defense back healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, that trade was probably the best thing they could have done,
Yeah, that
especially
would
to
be
push for playoffs.
Everyone was saying that the Panthers won that trade. I'm like, how?
Yeah,
Because they
how?
have that guy that rebuild and blow up the team. Ooh. The fucking 49ers got a chance right now.
Yeah, they do. But can Jimmy Garoppolo do it? It's the same as
He
Ryan
always gets
Tannehill.
right.
Can Ryan Tannehill do it?
Alright, Jimmy G wins in the playoffs, though.
Hardly.
He's gone to the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl.
Okay. The Titans have gone to the AFC Championship with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, but it didn't have to play a...
They played the Chiefs.
Yeah, but Jimmy G won a wild card, so he had to win 2 games to get to the...
Yes. The Titans, when they went to the AFC Championship, they had to win 2 games.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And, I mean...
See, so you guys kind of want to tank a little bit so you don't get the first seed? Because you want to have to play the wild card game. Because maybe that's Tannehill's problem, is he gets a week rest, he just gets out of rhythm.
Yeah, and overthinks it. All right, next up, Commanders beat the Colts by a point.
I thought the Commanders were kind of going to beat him bad. I was
Yeah, me
surprised
too.
that the Colts came back.
But the Colts, man, what a disappointment.
They really were one of the... the whole AFC is like not panning out anybody thought it was going to.
Well, come on. I had the top 3 right.
No, you said the Chiefs weren't going to be there.
Oh, that's true. Damn, I said the Chiefs were going to be 3rd worst in the
Yeah.
division. But I had the Bills and the Titans, right? I did think the Titans were going to be better than the Bills in the regular season, but
Because who is there right now? The top is Bills,
Bills,
Titans,
Titans,
Ravens.
Chiefs.
Oh yeah,
and
true.
Ravens.
Yeah, I mean,
And the Titans and Chiefs play this week, so in
it's gonna be a
Arrowhead.
tough game.
All right, next up we got the Packers, who got shit on by the Bills. Not really, they lost 27-17. But
Yeah, it was like what 27-7,
10,
and then
yeah.
they scored 10 straight.
Josh Allen threw some pointless picks.
Yeah, he was forcing those. Yeah, I don't know, man. And then they didn't trade for a wide receiver. Did you see Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee's show? He was like, Pat McAfee asked him about it. He was like, how do you feel about them not like doing any trades, no receivers or nothing? And Aaron Rodgers was like, yeah, can't really say much about that.
I mean, what can you say?
I mean, I feel like he's at the point now where he could just be like, yeah, they're stupid. Fuck them.
I feel like he should have just went to Tennessee last year. He bought a house in Nashville.
I mean, it's either he just went for the money or he actually thought they were going to do something. But yeah, if he was smart, he would have left. He should
I
have
say
seen the
he should
writing
have
on
went
the
to
wall.
Tennessee, but Tennessee's receivers might be worse.
I mean, I will say they didn't trade Devontae until he re-signed.
That's true.
But according to people, they said he knew about it beforehand. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I think the Packers might actually miss the playoffs this year.
I was right about that one.
All right, so we got the Jags versus the Asshats. The Broncos.
That was a good game.
I mean,
That pick, that's pick of the year so far, though. That was
a.
a
See it. What happened?
So literally, the Jags get the ball back with like a minute 20 and like a chance to tie it, or
To win.
to win. Yeah, if they would have scored a touchdown, they would have won. And first throw, Trevor Lawrence throws it. It was like a cutback, like a 10-yard cutback, and I don't know who it was, but for one, he had like a broken hand, so he had like a cast on, and he got his ankles broke, but then just like lunged, and like, got right in front of it, like barely, like the tip. I was like, dang.
So what you're saying is the cornerbacks catch better than the receivers down up here in Denver.
Maybe. Or maybe it's that London weather.
Maybe, yeah. Russ just needs. I heard a funny joke. Said Russell Wilson was 7 because he was 7 hours ahead, right? And in Colorado.
Yeah.
So he was 7-up, but he was looking for Sierra. Sierra missed, or he was missing Sierra.
That's such a stretch.
Nah, because he's married to Sierra,
I
bro.
get it, but whoever figured that out was like, they dug deep for that one.
But nah, bro, it came naturally. Alright, we had the Cowboys beating the Bears by 20. The Bears had a chance. Justin Fields made a nice pass. And then the tight end just fumbled the game away. Oh, man. Did you see that play?
I don't think so.
Alright, so there was like maybe 5 minutes left. They were down 12. Justin Fields, 4th and 7, passes it to his tight end. His tight end jukes one dude and is like 2 yards away from the line of scrimmage. Nobody touched him, and he just fumbles the ball. Micah Parsons falls on it. Justin Fields running over towards Micah Parsons, jumps over him.
It's not
Micah
going for
Parsons
the ball.
stands up and runs it in for the touchdown.
Wow.
30,
oh,
30
I did
yeah,
see that.
Bro, jumped
I did see
fully
that.
over him. No
'Cause
body
I remember
contact.
the commentators like, did he not touch him? He didn't touch him. It's like all you had to do was touch a hand on him.
Anything, but he just leaped over him. But bottom line is, Justin Fields is that dude.
That made him that dude.
No, the last 3 weeks has made him that. He is playing like a star quarterback right now.
They haven't won a game.
They won one.
1 out of 3.
Yeah, but they're finally letting Justin Fields do Justin Fields things. And look at him. He's playing like he did at Ohio State. And now they got Chase Claypool.
He's not that good.
He's better than Darnell Mooney.
Tell
He's
it to
better.
Marquise.
He's better. I know. He's better than the dudes they got besides Darnell Mooney. Couldn't even name.
Do they
one.
still have Allen Robb? No, he went
No, he
to
went
the
to the
Rams.
Rams,
dude.
and he's been
Not
kind
doing
of a-
shit
yeah.
there.
Uh,
Wasted a draft pick on the beach.
All right. Next up, we have the Vikings beating the Cardinals.
Vikings are good.
Vikings,
They got a shot.
and they have a super easy schedule. They have 2 games they might drop, but they have a super easy second half schedule. They might go into the playoffs as the number 2 seed.
I can see it.
Unless the Eagles fuck up somehow, they can't get the first, because the Eagles already have that win. So even if the Eagles lose one, the Vikings are still behind them. I think the Vikings are going to end up with 3 losses and be where Wyatt thought the Packers were.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
man, the Vikings,
everyone's like criticizing Kirk Cousins and like, yeah, I get he's not like an elite quarterback, but with the speed they have, all he has to do is chuck it, and he's got an arm.
he's got Dalvin Cook. He's got Justin Jefferson. He's got Adam Thielen. Now that he has T.J. Hawkinson, that offense
That was-
is elite.
I don't know what
that
the
was
Lions
the
were thinking on
trade
that
of
one.
the day. What a move the Vikings made to pick up a star tight end.
What was
'Cause,
it? It was for like a third, right, or some shit, or a second.
No, so it wasn't even like the Lions traded. Is that Brandon Cooks?
I think so.
No, that's something more.
Oh. Lance Cornwell.
But the Lions traded T.J. Hawkinson, next year's 4th, and a conditional 4th for the year after, which could go down to the 2nd round pick. And then the Lions traded like a 2nd and a 3rd.
That's crazy. Yeah, Vikings definitely won that trade.
Oh, he dropped it.
Yeah.
Oh. That ball popped out.
I don't know. He might have controlled it to the ground and then let it go.
As soon as that elbow hit, though, it looked like it moved. Did that ball move? Because he's in. Elbow down.
It's the ground. No, it didn't move. It doesn't move till he gets up.
Yeah,
I think he's good.
that's too much to. There's not enough evidence to overturn it. Oh yeah, he held on to it. Next up, we had the Dolphins beating the Lions,
That was a.
and the Dolphins
That was
came
probably
back.
game of the week.
Yeah, the Dolphins were down. The Lions did not score a second half point.
Did you see? You didn't. I don't think you sent me that TikTok, but there's this Lions fan. He's like, "This is the moment where I think I'm done being a Lions fan."
Oh, yeah,
That
and-
wide open touchdown catch that literally the tight end it hits his hands and then just like falls on the ground and he's like, "Yep, I'm done. I'm tired of being a Lions fan."
It's crazy how much talent the Lions have, and they just let it go to waste. And like to pick up Aiden Hutchinson to help your defense, and if you still have the worst defense in the league, like Aiden Hutchinson
Wild.
is balling out, like he's getting sacks and he's doing what he can, but the rest of the defense is just lacking.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things that were on the Dolphins, did you see Zach and like other Broncos fans are saying that the Broncos won that trade? I'm like, Bradley Chubb is 2nd in sacks right now. They're like, he's a bum. I'm like,
Bradley
how is
Chubb
he a bum?
is the Broncos defense.
That's what I'm saying. Him and Justin Simmons. I'm
Like
like,
Justin Simmons isn't even like a top 10 safety in my opinion.
he's pretty.
He's good, but I don't think he's better than like Kevin Byard or Michael. They called it back.
They called it incomplete on the field.
Oh,
No way. I think that was.
But
a
like
mix-up.
Micah Hyde and like he's not at that level yet.
I guess, but
But I mean,
yeah,
Surtain is really good.
yeah. But like I've seen like Zach and a bunch of other Broncos fans saying, yeah, we're rebuilding for the future. I'm like, Bradley Chubb's like 24, 25.
26.
Okay,
But still, he's your future.
Yeah, and he's literally a half a sack behind the lead in sacks right now. I'm like,
He was literally the Von Miller of that team.
I'm saying, I don't know.
And now the Dolphins?
The Dolphins are all in.
And they're scary because if two,
They're called the
okay, if two is healthy, they've undefeated in games two has played the full game.
Yeah.
Their 2 losses was one when Tua
It's like-
got hurt, and then Sky.
It's
fucking-
crazy because like he's not like the best, but I feel like it's just the atmosphere he brings that just brings
Yeah,
the team
he's like
together.
a team. He's a family guy, and then having Tyreek has made a world of difference for the Dolphins. It's crazy.
I will admit, I did not think he would have as big an impact, but
And well, the
dude's
craziest
getting
thing,
like he said like what 360 plus yard game.
I think it's 4, and it's the most ever. And the fact he never could do it with Patrick Mahomes, but he's doing it with Tua. And you could say like Travis Kelce was there,
I was gonna say
Jalen Waddle,
that's true, but
because
I will
Jalen Waddle
also
and
say-
Tyreek did it in the same game.
most of the Chiefs games, they didn't have to put up as many points because their defense would like.
But they
do
were
that.
putting up like 40 plus.
That's true. I just think I don't know. Pat Mahomes just spreads it around too much.
Yeah.
Like literally, like third, fourth string dudes be getting like 4 catches.
That's true. All right, next up we have the Falcons beating the Panthers, and that might have been the game of the week.
That was a good game, but
That DJ Moore catch
yeah,
was that
like him celebrating that much and like making them
taking his
take
helmet
the-
off and slamming it like, bro, just hold your composure, go to
Yeah.
the sideline,
Like, he-
and then do it.
He definitely shouldn't have done that, but it's like, would that make it like a 35-yarder? Like he should-
47,
Yeah,
15-yard penalty.
that's
That's why he missed it.
Okay, 47 yards is pretty hard, but
And then to lose in overtime is such a shame. That would have been crazy if your whole division was 3-5.
I
and the
know I
Panthers
really
were-
wanted the Panthers to win
Because
because
then
then
you had a chance at.
I mean we still have a chance. This division's wide open, but
And
we
you
would
do-
have all been like half a
Yeah.
game behind each other.
And you do have the win on the Falcons.
Yeah,
But we have the 2 losses,
to the
yeah.
Panthers, yeah. If we don't beat the Panthers next time, like they're literally the worst.
Yeah,
team.
but-
They might be the worst team in the league right now.
Is that the first Panthers lost in your division? Or the first time the Panthers lost in your division? Because they beat the Bucks, they beat the Saints.
Yeah,
Damn.
that is crazy.
Alright, next up we have the Patriots beating the Jets 21-17.
That was surprising.
The-
I don't.
The Patriots are so inconsistent right now.
Yeah.
Because like some games they're
Well,
like,
I was surprised that they were the favorite going in with how the Jets have looked. Dang. Yeah, they were also saying earlier that they have the least amount of snaps not having the lead with like 30 snaps in the game in like the whole year,
the Patriots?
the Eagles.
Oh.
And then they have the most snaps with a lead with like a 210 or something like that.
Holy hell.
But see, it's always teams like this, like that have nothing to lose, that are going to give these undefeated teams or these really good teams like the most
Probably.
fight. Yeah.
Because this is like an overlook game. This is probably the best Thursday night game we've had so far.
Dude, the primetime games this year have been
Suck.
so ass. It's either one team dominating or like
Well,
10 to 14.
they kind of like put the Broncos in like 9.
They did. That was that was a bad look. But then even
Mhm.
like, oh man, well no, like even like the Browns Bengals, like the Browns just like smacked the shit out of them, which was crazy. I guess I'm getting a little ahead, but
Alright, next up we have the Giants losing to the Seahawks.
that was surprising. I thought they almost had a chance to win, but
I don't think it's surprising that they won, that the Seahawks won, but I think it's surprising the fashion they won in. Because the Seahawks are another team like the Giants where they're not, well, they do have some stars, but they're not like
like on paper
star-studded.
they're not like that
Yeah.
great a team, but they find a way to win.
But yeah, and the Giants also were on like a stretch of, they played in London, then they played it again, and then they had, so like it was just like back to back, and they were traveling. They didn't have any home games. Their home game was in London, and then they traveled to Carolina, then they traveled to somewhere else, and then they traveled to Seattle. So it was like a
Yeah,
long
Memphis.
stretch, and now they're on a bye, and then they go home.
Yeah.
So
I guess like a long road trip like that, coming out with only
Yeah.
losing one, that's
Once,
pretty good.
yeah.
Especially it's hard to win in Seattle.
Exactly. All right, next up, or to finish it off, we have the Bengals getting shit on by the Browns, which somehow Jordan and Wyatt call.
Dang, did they? See, the Bengals are really inconsistent this year too. Like one week they look like
Same with
super
the Browns.
dominant. Oh, that's what I meant, the Browns.
Both of them, though.
Yeah. I mean, the Bengals looked really shitty at the first, and then they picked up steam. The
Yeah, they
Browns are
won
like
like 4
shitty
in a
this
row.
week, good next week. Shitty this week, shitty, good, good. It's like,
Yeah, right now Nick Chubb leads the league in rushing,
dang, really? That's quiet. I feel like I didn't even know that.
but Saquon's second behind by like 20 yards, and then Derrick Henry, who's one game back, only needs 87 yards this week to.
So once they have their bye weeks, we'll probably be
They're both on byes this week, so.
Yeah,
So I think Derrick Henry will take the lead. But yeah, so last week Jordan went 6-8, Wyatt went 10-4, I went 5-9. But then on the like over/under favorite dogs, Jordan went 2-1-1 because he had a push. Wyatt went 1-3, and I went 2-2.
What's that push?
So like, which one pushed? I think the Browns Bengals game pushed, or maybe the Cards. Like one of these two pushed,
What does push mean though?
where it's exactly 45.
Oh.
So it's just you don't lose, like you gave your money. So if you're betting it and you bet Bengals Browns under 45 and it's 45, you get your money back. It's a push. It doesn't count against you. I think. I don't know if you get your money back though. All right. Let me get my pen because I'm gonna have to write down your picks. Where did I put the pen? Right next to me. So I already wrote down all my picks. We all picked Philly to win this game. Me and you picked the under. Jordan and Wyatt picked the over. Right now the trend is going in the over because they're already halfway there. And this will push it to, what, 31 points, and the over under 45. I just did not think the Texans was, oh, he missed. Going into half, tied at 14.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just go down in order. Green Bay at Detroit. Green Bay is favored by 3.5, and the over/under is 50. I picked Detroit in this. I think the Packers are in a shitty spot. I think Aaron Rodgers is mad. The receivers suck. The Lions have an electric offense. The Packers defense hasn't looked as good as it's supposed to.
Can't put my faith in the Lions or the Packers, but what's the under or the over under?
50.
Under. Ain't no way this one here.
Maybe. All right, next up we got Las Vegas at Jacksonville. I think Las Vegas is going to bounce back. This is another team like Houston that Las Vegas can pummel and make them look good, but they're not actually good. The over-under is 48, and Vegas is favored by 2.
Yeah, I'll take Vegas as well, and I'll do over.
All right, then we got Minnesota at Washington. Minnesota's 3.5 favorites, 43.5 over-under.
Minnesota, and I'll do over.
Yeah, I picked Minnesota, and I think the over might hit in that too, because Taylor Heineke is not afraid to swing that ball.
Yeah, they've been scoring pretty decent lately.
Next up, we got the Rams at Tampa Bay. Tampa's favored by 2.5. I feel like this should be a pick 'em though, because both of these teams are rough. 42.5 over under.
I'm gonna go Rams, and I think I'm gonna go under because neither of them have been able to really score lately.
Yeah, I also went with the Rams. I think the Rams need a win here. Tampa needs a win here too, but not as bad because their division's kind of more open. But the Rams, this is like a win or go home game for the Rams.
Yeah, their division's too good to fall behind it.
And you said under, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I got, all right, next up we got Tennessee at Kansas City. Kansas City is a 12.5 point favorite.
That's wild.
46 over under. Now Tennessee, I don't know if they can win this game. This was one of them that I have marked that they might lose. I think they're going to lose 2 the rest of the season. And this is one of them that is a maybe, but I picked Tennessee. Got to go with my boys. But in Arrowhead, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. I'm gonna go KC, and
I'm going over.
I think I will go over because if Tennessee's gonna win, they're gonna have to put points up.
Alright, I'll just write down my over-unders in there. Next up, we got New Orleans Saints at home facing Baltimore. Baltimore's a 3-point favorite with 48 over-under.
Well, just like you, my boys, we got a lot of momentum after that last game, so. And Baltimore hasn't honestly looked that strong. I get they just got fucking what's his name from the Bears? Judon.
Yeah.
Is it Judon?
Matthew Judon.
No.
No. Oh, fucking Roquan Smith.
Yeah, Roquan Smith. I don't know why I was thinking Matthew Judon, but I don't think he's gonna be an impact
Yeah.
right away. And they just lost their best receiver, who wasn't even that great anyway, because Bateman's out for the year now. So
What'd he do?
I guess he hurt his Achilles or something.
Damn. So I have Baltimore. I'm taking the over here.
What did I say? I'm gonna go. I'll do the under. I think our defense might do something with it.
Yeah, I think Baltimore's gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be big win, but it's gonna be a shootout, I believe. Especially if Kamara plays the way he did. But next up, we got Buffalo at the Jets. Buffalo's a 13-point favorite, which is more than the Titans are dogs.
Yeah.
That's good. And then 47 over under.
Yeah, I'm going Buffalo, and I'll do over.
Yeah, I did Buffalo and over as well. I think it's going to be a shootout. Zach Wilson versus Josh Allen. Pretty boys. Both like MILFs. Josh Allen just has a girlfriend, so we can't say it. All right, next up we got the Chargers out of Atlanta. Over under 49.5. Chargers are favored by 3.5. I went Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go over as well. Atlanta's just playing to win.
Yeah, they got something to prove. Chargers. Man, this one's tough.
For you got a hope for an Atlanta loss?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers under, just to speak it into existence.
Damn, you're wanting a bad game, huh?
Well, I just want the
Golf,
Chargers
right?
to win, but I do, yeah.
You think for the Chargers to win, it has to stay low?
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, next up we got Indy at New England. New England's a 5.5-point favorites, 39 over under. I'm gonna go New England with the over. I think New England's just gonna shit pump them, probably like 35-7, something like that. New England's gonna just run up the score.
Yeah. I'm gonna go New England too, but I'm actually gonna do the under. Because I don't think either of them are gonna put up that many points. I think it'll be like 20-10.
All right, next up we got Miami at Chicago. Miami's 5-point favorites, 45.5 over under. Let you go first, dude.
I'll do Miami over. They've just been putting up too many points, and then Chicago has been scoring a good amount lately, so I think it'll go like 50s in the 50s.
I've been riding with Chicago since the start of the season. My boy Justin Fields finally got a receiver that he could throw to. I know Bradley Chubb just went to Miami, but like you said about Roquan, I don't think he's going to make an immediate impact. Taking Chicago in the over. I think Justin Fields is going to show why he's the best sophomore quarterback in this class, which he's already done this whole season. But yeah, all right, the second half of the first half of the season. All right, next up we got Carolina at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's 7.5-point favorites with a 42.5 over under.
I'm gonna go Cincy. Carolina's like, they're just blowing up the team. And of course, division games are always going to be closer just because it's got that extra oomph, and they study those teams twice a year. I think Cincinnati needs a big game to get back on track, and this will be it.
That makes sense. You got the over or under?
I'm going to go under.
All right, I'm going Cincy in the over. I think both of these teams can score. 42 is not that much, you know.
Oh, I thought that was a 7. Yeah,
But you look at like a 20 to 27 point, type game, or 35 to 20, anything really. But I don't think Cincy's defense is where it's at, where it needs to be to stop Carolina from scoring. Because since they traded CMC, they've been since they put in PJ Walker, too.
I get the list.
But since they put in PJ Walker, they've been putting up points. PJ's balling out, but I think Joe Burrow's not going to let them lose 2 in a row. And then finally, we got the Monday night game, Seattle at Arizona. Arizona's 2-point favorites with a 50.5 home run?
I'm gonna go Arizona just because I think they need it more, and I think they're gonna come out more aggressive, especially at home. And I'll do. Ooh, I'm gonna go under.
Yeah, I went Seattle on the under. I think Seattle is trying to prove that they should be the number one team in that division. And that new Call of Duty did just drop a couple weeks, like what, last week?
Last week, yeah, it's been a week exactly.
So Kyler Murray, distracted. Geno Smith ain't riding the haters back still.
Bro, those memes came out so fast after Arizona lost. It was like, Kyler Murray hasn't won a game since the new Call of Duty dropped because of one game.
And he's not going to win one the second game. I think, like you said, division matchups are a little more intense, and I think these defenses are going to step up to play.
But see, why does Call of Duty hurt Kyler Murray? But then Juju said they had good chemistry because Juju, Valdez-Scantling, and Pat Mahomes were winning Warzone games the night before.
Well, that's because Kyler doesn't play with his teammates.
He just played like with his old friends,
Yes.
back home friends.
He's not a teammate type of guy, or if he is playing with his teammates, they're not winning, and his
Yeah.
teammates suck at Call of Duty. So.
He's carrying them just like he tries to do in the games.
Yeah, but I'd say this is about a 21-17 type of game. But also, Patrick Peterson picked off Kyler Murray and then did like the little video game thing, and he said, "Yeah, I think it's like Call of Duty or something. I don't know. I don't play video games."
Did he really say that?
Yeah, bro.
A little bit.
And then I got my favorites and stuff, so I'll just run down. I'll run down the list. I'll give you mine, and then you give me yours for that category. You got it on your phone, yeah. So my favorite this week is Minnesota. I think they're just going to lay the smack down in Washington, beat them by at least 7.
Yeah. Oh, we're just going back and forth.
Yeah.
My favorite is gonna be, man, Buffalo. Buffalo over the Jets.
That's a 13-pointer. All right, my dog is Seattle. Like I said, I think Seattle's going to win. And that's like my favorite dog winning. Could have won with the Titans because if they do lose, I don't think they're going to get embarrassed.
Yeah.
But I think the Seahawks are winning straight up. So
Man, I don't think I picked any dogs. Oh yeah, I did. My dogs are the Rams, I guess.
and it's just to cover the spread. So like if you think Carolina's going to cover 7.5, you can pick that. If you think Indy's going to cover the 5.5, you can pick that.
Yeah.
But if you want to go with the Rams because you think they're just going to win outright, you can do that.
Yeah, I'm sick of Rams.
All right, my over this week my favorite over is Carolina at Cincy. I think that's just going to be a shootout of the game.
My favorite over.
And you could pick the Buffalo Jets game again if you want.
Yeah. I actually think I'm going to go Tennessee, Kansas City. Like I said, I feel like Kansas City's defense isn't good enough to stop Derrick Henry, and if Tennessee wants to,
Well, Ryan Tannehill's back too, so.
yeah, if Tennessee wants to be in it, like at the end, they're gonna have to put up at least 20 to 30.
Yeah. And then my favorite under is Vegas at Jacksonville. Jacksonville just doesn't score. Vegas, even if they score most of the points, I don't think it's going to be over 48. It's not going to be like a 30 to 20 game or 28-27 type game. I think it's going to be closer to like 17 to 10.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my under Indy and New England, because Indy has a trouble scoring already. New England's been playing mostly good defense. Mac Jones is alright, but he ain't gonna be putting up like 30 points or something.
All right. And then once Jordan and Wyatt send me their picks, I'll make a little video and let you guys know what they picked. But that's Week 9 preview. Any let's just give out a early prediction for the Super Bowl this year. What two teams you think, and who do you think's winning it all?
Man. I'm gonna go Bills. Man. Bills and Minnesota. I think I'm gonna do Bills and Minnesota. Yeah, I think Bills.
I'm going to go Tennessee and Philly. Tennessee's going to win by A.J. Brown getting stopped at the 2-yard line and stretching out and not getting the ball across.
See, now that you added all that extra, though, even if you get your prediction right, it has to end like that. You
Bro,
don't
how
get it.
pissed are you going to be if it happens that way?
That'll be
A.J.
insane.
Brown, like a 50-yard dime, just boom, caught at the 10-yard line, tackled at like the 4 to 2-yard line, and stretches out, and the ball is like this far away, and he is down.
That'd be crazy. You can change your pick if the Eagles lose tonight.
No. Also, look how they're playing.
I mean, they were 2nd and 18. That was just like they shouldn't have got that many.
I think there's a penalty. But that's been one full of football. Nobody's joined in and talked to us, but somebody
Why
will.
is the star of the show? Huh?
Yeah. Love you guys.